Roland Willits, Men Stories. And I'm here with Pat Boilesen. And Pat and I have been buddies for over a year now.
Yes.
And I surprised her the first time we talked about a song. And I can't come up with anything quite as original and funny when I say, "Hey there, little doggies." Except that we had little doggies at home. I don't think it refers to the same doggies.
No,
I know that. I just, but what kind of doggies? Doggies are like calves.
Yes, and actually, the way to remember the difference is, little puppy dogs are doggies. Right. Little calves are doggies.
Dog. So you pronounce it different.
There's a little tiny bit
of I didn't know
doggies.
That.
Yes.
Doggies.
Yes.
Okay. So, little calves are doggies, and is it before they get stamped?
Well, actually, originally little doggies were the little calves that got separated from their mothers.
Oh.
And then I have also read references to the fact that oftentimes doggies were given that name because they were oftentimes starving, and their little bellies formed the shape of a donut. And so from that, they became known as little doggies.
Little doggies. Okay,
yes.
Like for donuts.
But now, like when I was growing up at home, Daddy often referred to all of the baby calves as doggies.
Yeah, okay. So it wasn't, I thought it was more before they were branded. But it's not.
Well, and it would have been usually because what you're talking about is the pretty little tiny doggies who have not been weaned from their mother yet.
Okay, so
in my mind anyway, I think by the time they were branded, they were no longer called doggies.
Okay. When they were branded, they're no longer called doggies. Yeah. Okay.
In my mind.
In your mind. Okay,
yes.
So you and I, So you and I are guessing, or I guess a lot like that, because it seems reasonable. But I haven't the slightest idea because I wasn't there. And if I know right, they probably had a different definition of doggy in Texas than they had in Nebraska.
Right. Exactly.
So, is this a subject at one of the concerts that you had to do, or
No, this song was just for quite some time. I did cowboy music, what is honestly and true cowboy or western music.
Yeah, and
it's a little bit different from country music because you're usually talking about the animals, the horses, the cattle, the cowboys themselves, and the terrain that they are on. You don't. A lot of cowboy songs don't talk about mother-in-laws and broken down pickup trucks.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, this was during a period of time where I was really trying to focus on the cowboy.
On the cowboy, and as soon as I heard it, I thought of one of my superheroes. Dale Evans.
Yes.
And I said, "Oh. That sounds just like a Dale Evans type song." And I heard you met her.
Yes. I got to meet her and her husband, Roy. My first meeting was when I stepped on an elevator. And lo and behold, they were on the same elevator. And so I got to ride down to the ground floor. And then later, to my amazement, when I performed on stage, Dale Evans was sitting in the very front row. And so I got to serenade Dale Evans.
Wow.
And then met her later. Beautiful people. Wonderful to visit with.
It sounds so. That would have been a total thrill for me.
It was.
And I'm not a celebrity person.
It was.
But I would have been just absolutely thrilled to meet them because I saw the stuffed trigger.
Yes. Yeah, I actually got to see this stuff triggered too. And we're going over.
Oh, we're just doing fine. It's time for us to listen to Pat Boilesen's Hey Little Doggies. Will you say it for me?
Hey there, little doggies.
Thank you.